Hey guys, just want to do a quick video here about a very important topic actually. I talk to you guys about it all the time, and the importance of trying to cut out processed and packaged foods out of our diets. I have here a bunch of cereals and breakfast stuff, that a lot of us have, enjoyed ourselves. A lot of you might be even enjoying it with your kids this morning. You buy it because it's their favorites. And these are things that are recommended to us that we feed our children and ourselves, right? For real. But a lot of these things, even though they have these nice fancy packages and they boast certain things like, a good source of 11 vitamins and stuff like that. Cheerios, which is a favorite of a lot of people, endorsed by American Heart Association, says it can help reduce cholesterol and things like that. But what they're not telling you is these things are loaded with pesticides, glyphosate. If you don't know what glyphosate is one of the main ingredients in Roundup, which is a weed killer. A lot of adults, we enjoy things like Quaker Oats. It clearly says this here on here, 100% whole grain, oatmeal can reduce cholesterol. Even this one is even non-GMO. That's another topic I've talked to you guys about before, about knowing your labels. Because not genetically modified is great, but it doesn't mean it hasn't been grown with pesticides. It doesn't have pesticides in it, and it's actually loaded with pesticides, And the World Health Organization has deemed glyphosate as a class 1 carcinogen, leading cause of cancer. Okay. Monsanto, the company that makes Roundup, lost a court case, but our FDA and our EPA, right, and our powers that be allow these things to be sold to us. So I got this video that I want to show you guys. Check it out. You'll be amazed about the foods that this thing is in. Check it out.
Monsanto was ordered to pay $289 million in Roundup cancer trial. And now a new study shows the main ingredient found in Roundup is also found in many breakfast foods. Sarah Montez de Oca explains.
According to the Environmental Working Group, or EWG, the key ingredient in Roundup's weed-killing poison, glyphosate, is also found in popular oat products, in several breakfast foods, including cereals marketed to children. The EWG found that ingredient is present in 43 of the 45 cereals they tested, and 31 of those contained glyphosate levels well above the organization's health benchmark of 160 parts per billion. Now, glyphosate was also found in organic oats, though detected at a low level below the safe threshold. But those that contained the highest levels of glyphosates were Quaker old-fashioned oats, with levels higher than 1,000 parts per billion. Now, popular children's brands like Cheerios and Lucky Charms also found extremely high levels. To put this into perspective, EWG's Child Protective Health benchmark for daily exposure of glyphosate in food is 160 parts per billion, and Quaker Oats contains 760. A statement from EWG says EWG's findings raise the prospect that millions of American children are being exposed to a suspected carcinogen at a time when their bodies are rapidly developing. Now, glyphosate was also found in oats, granolas, and other snack bars. While cereal and these easy breakfast foods have been linked to all kinds of health benefits, including lowering cholesterol and decreased cardiovascular risk, they fail to mention this high risk of exposure to the carcinogen glyphosate. Now, in December, the EPA concluded that glyphosate is not likely to be carcinogenic to humans. But this contradicts that both the World Health Organization and California state scientists have linked glyphosate to cancer. Political Director of Organic Consumer Association, Alexis Baden-Mayer, is also calling for retailers to take initiative.
It takes time for the science to be done, and sadly, people get sick and die in the meantime. So we really need to use a precautionary approach and get these products off the marketplace.
Quaker Oats responded with a statement saying they are following EPA's guidelines. Now, EWG is now urging the EPA to review the findings and asking them to limit the use of glyphosate on food crops. In Washington, Sarah Montez de Oca.
So I hope you found that video very informative or helpful. And if you weren't convinced already about the dangers of these processed and packaged foods, I hope that would help you understand the urgency of pulling these things out of your diet. You know, and it's not just, like I said, not just the glyphosate that's in these things, but also the artificial colorings and artificial flavorings. And speaking of artificial flavorings, the FDA just recently banned 7 artificial flavorings. The issue with that is they're not telling us which 7 they are. The companies don't have to tell us which 7 they are. And the FDA has given them 2 years to take the products that contain these artificial flavorings off the market, off your shelves. So conceivably for the next 2 years, you could be feeding this thing to your kids and eating it yourself. So if that doesn't give you reason to question and also change your diet, I hope, this little bit of information will. I urge you once again, get the processed food out of your diet, eat more clean, eat more healthy, and take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching.